Imperative mood in French with FrenchSpanishOnline.com. The definition is the same in French and in English, of course, because the same mood. With this mood, you express an intention to influence the behavior of someone else by giving order, or an invitation, or a request. For example, in English, when you say go or go to your bed, that's an order. Let's go to the park, an invitation, or give me your pen, a request. How to get it now in French? First, with verbs ending with er, so the first group of verbs in French. You need the present tense of the indicative mood, only 3 forms of this present tense. We are going to take here as an example the verb to eat, manger. So we have tu manges, you eat, nous mangeons, we eat, vous mangez, you eat, the plural or formal expression. So because it's the imperative, we don't need the pronoun tu, nous or vous, and we get here mange, mangeons, manger. Here you can see there is a difference. There is no s. You drop the final s here to get the imperative mood only for the verb of the first group, so the verb ending in er in French. There is an exception in these two expressions when you have a word starting with a vowel just after. So here, mange-en, eat some. So if you want to say eat your potatoes, eat some. In French you will say mange tes patates, mange-en. The same thing here to translate go, we say vas-y with an s here. But we are going to see this expression later in the lesson. So how to get it now with verbs ending with IR or RE? It's for the second and the third group of verbs in French. So with this example, the verb finir, to finish, to end. From the present tense of the indicative mood, we need only 3 forms. Tu finis, nous finissons, vous finissez. So again, to get the imperative mood, no pronoun. And we have fini, finissons, finissez. And here, as you can see, there is a s this time. The same thing for faire, to do or to make. From the indicative mood, we have tu fais, nous faisons, vous faites, no pronoun, and we get the imperative form, fait, for do, make, faisons, let's do, let's make, faites, the plural. Okay? We've got, of course, irregular verbs, and they are important because first of them is the verb to be, and we will say in this case, sois, soyons, soyez. With the verb to have or avoir, it's est, ayons, ayez. With the verb vouloir, to want, veuille, veuillons, veuillez. And veuillez is important because we use it a lot for polite expressions, polite requests or invitations. For example, here, veuillez entrer, so please come in, veuillez entrer s'il vous plaît. Or this one, veuillez ne pas faire de bruit, so please don't be noisy, veuillez ne pas faire de bruit. With reflexive verbs, it's interesting to know how to get the imperative mood from them. It's interesting because some verbs are reflexive in French but not in English. For example, here we have the verb to wake up. In French it's a reflexive verb but not in English, because in French we say to wake oneself, se réveiller. And if you want to say now wake up, so the imperative mood, in French it will be réveille-toi, or let's wake up, réveillons-nous. The same thing for the verb to get up. Get up is not a reflexive verb in English, it is in French. So we will say here for get up, lève-toi, levons-nous, let's get up, and levez-vous, plural and formal expression. And another example to translate give your apologies, for example, to your brother, give your apologies to your brother, we will say excuse-toi à ton frère, excuse-toi à ton frère, because the verb is to excuse oneself, to translate to give apologies. Excuse yourself, excuse-toi à ton frère. Okay? The negative forms is not difficult at all because it's always the same in French. If you want to translate here, don't eat or let's not eat, you will say ne mange pas, so the expression ne pas and the verb in the middle. Ne mangeons pas, ne mangez pas, and that's all. Okay? Ne mange pas, ne mangeons pas, ne mangez pas. Let's see now some French expressions using the verb to go, the verb aller in French, and there are many expressions and useful expressions. So you remember we never say go in French alone. We don't say va. We all the time add this little y. The translation of y is there. So vas-y is go there. But because we never say only go, in French we say go there. So we will say vas-y, allez-y, allons-y, allons-y for let's go. The same thing for go away. We say va-t'en, allons-nous-en, let's go away, or let's leave, allons-nous-en, and allez-vous-en. So you remember that in French we never say va or allez or allons. No, we say vas-y, allez-y, allons-y. Another expression now using the verb to see, voir in French. This one is a strange expression actually because we use twice the verb to see. Here the imperative mood and here the infinitive form. Voyons voir. But it's a very common expression to translate let's see. So here for example, so let's see what he is doing. Voyons voir ce qu'il fait. Or here, voyons voir si c'est utile. Let's see it is very useful. Voyons voir. Again, voyons voir alone when you express aloud, for example, that you want to think at something. So you will say here, there is a problem. Let's see it. So in French, il y a un problème. Voyons voir. Okay, with this tone in your voice. So now you know a bit more about the imperative mood and above all, colloquial expressions using this mood and especially with the verb to go, very useful in French. So thank you for watching this lesson. See you on FrenchSpanishOnline.com. It's always free. Au revoir.